Imagine being a girl head over heels in love with her childhood friend, only to have him reject her, thinking she's just a boy. Every attempt to get close ends in a fight. Will she ever break free from the friend zone, or is there an unbelievable twist waiting to unravel? Let's find out. Tomo is not your average girl. She's a full-blown tomboy, and her best friend Jun doesn't even know she's a girl. It all starts with her heartfelt confession of love to Jun, who completely misinterprets it. Yes, you heard me right. Jun thinks Tomo's a boy, and things go downhill from there. Now, these two have been neighbors since childhood, but only started attending the same school in middle school. Imagine Tomo's shock when she realizes Jun has always thought of her as a guy. It's like finding out your best friend is living in an alternate reality. At school, Tomo's frustration boils over, and she vents to her friend Misuzu, who's a total riot, by the way. She suggests Tomo should talk softer. So what does Tomo do? She tries it at lunch with Jun, and he says she sounds like an old man. I mean, how does he come up with this stuff? Cue a playful scuffle that ends with Jun knocked out cold. Tomo and Jun's relationship isn't all fun and games, though. After a fight leaves her face scratched, Tomo gets into a heated argument with her father. Thankfully, Jun's there the next day, trying to mend fences. These two patch things up, but Jun's still clueless about Tomo being a girl. You can practically feel Tomo's frustration. Now let's talk lunchtime. Misuzu thinks it's weird that Tomo doesn't eat with Jun, so they all start eating together. This brings us a series of hilarious and awkward moments, including Tomo's struggle with an indirect kiss via chopsticks. Just thinking about it makes me chuckle. But wait, there's more. Tatsumi, another classmate, innocently tries to understand Jun and Tomo's relationship, leading to Misuzu's epic facepalm moment. Oh, and let's not forget Tomo's rage over Jun's clueless comments. Classic. Then comes the rain. Tomo, Misuzu, and Jun's rain-soaked drama leads to another emotional roller coaster. Jun's offhand remark about how good Tomo smells sends her running like a panicked deer. Comedy gold. And guess what? Tomo's life takes an unexpected turn when she joins the school's male karate club. She even spars with Kusuke, her senior, who admires her and sees her as feminine. Finally, someone gets it. But then, Kusuke's admirers, Ogawa and Mifune, decide to break up this newfound friendship. The drama never ends. The confrontation with Ogawa and Mifune leads to the most unexpected twist. Instead of a fight, they want love advice from Tomo. I can't make this stuff up. They even become friends. Life at this school is never dull. Now on a train ride home, Tomo and Jun are sitting together, but Tomo gets flustered, stands up, still frustrated that Jun doesn't see her as a girl. Ladies and gentlemen, can you feel the tension building? Hold on, because it's about to get wild. Out of nowhere, someone starts to grope Tomo. Scary, right? But she doesn't want to cause a scene. Jun, our gallant friend, not only notices but confronts the groper, taking him to the police. Tomo's heart skips a beat, thinking Jun is finally treating her like a girl, until he drops the bomb that she should stop wearing skirts. Talk about a mood killer. Next day, Tomo's spilling the beans to Misuzu about Jun's actions and his rude comment. Misuzu, ever the wise friend, sees through it all. Jun's comment? Maybe it was to protect Tomo. Tomo's skirt? A bit too short, says Misuzu. Tomo disagrees, and we've got a skirmish. Misuzu challenges her to remove her shorts to prove her point, and what unfolds later is an earnest, hilarious, and heart-touching series of events. Now picture Tomo desperately trying to keep her skirt down while Jun blatantly ignores her. That's right, more awkward moments coming your way. A gust of wind, a flash of panties, and boom, Jun faints. Oh, the humanity. But folks, that's just the beginning. Jun and Tomo would later have a heart-to-heart about the skirt, and Tomo talks with Misuzu about school idol Carol's popularity. Guess what? Carol's not just pretty, she's charming. Oh, and she's related to Kusuke and engaged to him. Surprise, surprise. But wait, why is Carol calling Tomo a dummy and wanting to defeat her? Oh boy. What a tangled web we weave. Enter Carol, who approaches Misuzu for advice and ends up confronting Jun. The training montage begins. Carol and Jun's interactions, Carol's failed attempts at weightlifting, and her triumph at jump rope leave Tomo astonished and perplexed. And just when things couldn't get more complicated, Carol proclaims defeat and quits her training with Jun. Wait, what? Hold on to your seats, because we're not done. Carol wants to be friends with Misuzu, but ends up making friends with Tomo and Misuzu together. Rejections, flashbacks, and then a happy agreement. Friendship triumphs and Tomo's gushing to June about it, only for June to accidentally reveal he dated Misuzu in middle school. Wham! What a revelation. After uncovering that Misuzu once dated June in middle school, Tomo demands answers on the rooftop. Misuzu reveals they only dated for 3 days. Describing a torturous 40-kilometer bike ride, June took her on for their first date. She admits they held hands and used pet names but never kissed. Tomo's relief that Misuzu's feelings for June are now only hate is palpable. The conversation shifts as Misuzu confronts June about revealing their past relationship, leading Tomo to seek reassurance that there's nothing left between him and Misuzu. June's confirmation pleases Tomo, a delicate moment hinting at her feelings for him. New character Kusuke's introduction leads to complications. June's hesitance around him causes Tomo to physically reprimand him. The two boys later bond on a bus ride, June confessing he could never beat Tomo in karate. Kusuke is simultaneously fascinated and terrified of June, a humorous dichotomy. The karate club's dynamics add layers to the plot, with Tomo's relationships with June and Kusuke creating both tension and growth. Mifune and Ogawa's discomfort at Tomo's change in attire adds a light, humorous touch. Misuzu's observation that Tomo hasn't been spending time with Jun and her warning that he may find someone else adds urgency to Tomo's feelings. The subsequent date planning, clothes shopping, and Tomo's nervous anticipation of the date builds excitement. On the day of the date, Tomo's new appearance and their sequence of activities, from batting and bowling to karaoke, showcase a delightful mix of Tomo's tomboyish nature and her attempt to change. June's confession that he always enjoys spending time with Tomo, even during their wild childhood antics, warms the heart. His recording of Tomo's song adds a sweet and personal touch. The aftermath of the date and Tomo's recounting to Misuzu and Carol leads to playful teasing. June's internal acknowledgement that Tomo acted differently brings a thoughtful close, leaving room for future growth in their relationship. The scene with Misuzu, Carol, and Tomo doing karaoke is a fun and fitting end, encapsulating the friendships and humor. While on her way to school, Misuzu encounters Tatsumi, a guy whose name she doesn't even remember. Awkward. At school, Tatsumi spills the beans to June about his secret mission, to make Misuzu smile. Ah, young love, right? And here comes the twist. June's question about Misuzu's smile leads Tomo to suspect that June might still have feelings for her. Tatsumi, on a quest to make Misuzu laugh, ends up with his mouth taped shut by her. He runs into Carol, who had the same fate. Why? She tried to kiss Misuzu. Laugh out loud moments everywhere, but Tatsumi's determination isn't deterred. He confesses his feelings, only to be promised a rejection with a smile. Classic Misuzu. Meanwhile, Tomo, ever the tomboy, wishes she could glomp like other girls do. Misuzu turns her down, but Carol's there with a hug. Surprise. Tomo finds her thin, soft, and sweet-scented. Mifune and Ogawa get unexpected hugs, and poor Misuzu gets blamed for Tomo's behavior. But after some rooftop reconciliation, Misuzu allows Tomo to hug her. Now the big moment. Tomo hugs June at school, but June's reaction? A big no-no. He calls her out for being inappropriate. What? A furious Tomo delivers a punch for his double standards, and Carol is still longing to be Misuzu's #1 friend. The complexity of friendships. At home, Tomo's domestic life reveals a love-struck father and a feisty mother. Jun gets served sardine rice balls, and the dojo scolding turns into a swoon moment. Aww. Back at school, love advice is on the menu as Carol seeks Misuzu's wisdom, but it's not all serious. Tomo delivers a roundhouse kick to a delinquent hitting on Ogawa, only for Jun to have to step in later to save the day. Those two are quite the team. Even the defeated gang ends up apologizing to Tomo. Walking home, Tomo offers to make another sardine rice ball for Jun, not knowing he's her secret hero. Carol invites both Tomo and Misuzu over to her house. Imagine walking up to a grand estate and being greeted by Ferris, Carol's mother, questioning if you're a bad person. And Tomo, mistaken for a man. Awkward much? But don't worry, they're quickly let in, and what awaits them is a wonderland. Carol, donning a bunny-themed outfit, yes, you heard right, a bunny outfit, she enthusiastically embraces Tomo and aims to do the same with Misuzu. But Misuzu, as cool as ice, refuses. Talk about playing hard to get. Tomo is awestruck by Carol's princess-like room, while Misuzu just brushes it off as super rich behavior. Tomo's fawning, Carol's showing off baby pictures, and Misuzu, ever the stoic, sips tea. And when Misuzu's accused of being a bad girl by Ferris, priceless. Carol dominates the game, leaving Tomo and Misuzu defeated. But it's not all about games. There's love and laughter as Ferris bids them farewell and asks them to return. Now, who's ready for exams? Panic mode sets in for Tomo, and Misuzu saves the day with a study group, while Jun offers to tutor. When Misuzu one-ups Jun with her ranking, his face is a must-see. Misuzu's house becomes a study haven, with mothers mistaking identities, disapproving of Carol, and Tomo struggling with math. But Carol's brilliance shines, and their university dreams are revealed. Midterm results? Tomo in 70th, June 54th, Misuzu 2nd, and Carol surprisingly in 1st. Fast forward to Winners 11, the game Tomo and Jun were waiting for. Tomo's excitement bursts out with a childhood nickname for Jun, Gamer Kid. Jun's reaction? You guessed it, not amused. But things take a turn. Tomo ends up at Jun's house for the night. Dinner, showers, gaming, victories, defeats, and cuddling in sleep. Oh yes, it all happens. And Jun's wake-up realization? Pure shock. A week later, there's silence between Jun and Tomo. What's going on? Outside of Tomo's house, Jun has a surprise for her. A pair of cool sunglasses for her birthday. She gleefully accepts them with a big smile, but also playfully teases him, saying she's older than him. At school, Tomo's strutting around with her new shades, and Misuzu is her next victim of the ageism joke. She then gives Tomo her birthday present. Reference books. Tomo's smile turns into a frown, and she unhappily accepts them. Suddenly, Carol, with her usual cheerfulness, enters the scene, humming a tune and hands Tomo a gold bar for her birthday. Tomo's eyes nearly pop out. Misuzu, spotting an opportunity, whispers something into Carol's ear, inviting Tomo to her house that weekend. Carol, unable to keep a secret, blurts out that it's a makeover party. Fast forward to Saturday, and Tomo's makeover begins. Misuzu and Carol work their magic to feminize Tomo. They then have a fun idea and send Tomo to buy ice cream at a convenience store. Tomo begrudgingly agrees and bumps into Jun there. Jun is in disbelief, thinking, is that really Tomo? As Tomo leaves, she trips and falls. Jun, unsure but kind-hearted, helps her up. Tomo's cheeks turn red, flustered by how gently Jun treats her. Tomo's uncertainty turns into courage, and she asks if she could walk with Jun for a while. They walk, and Jun concludes that the girl isn't Tomo, but they continue to chat. Watching some kids play soccer, they see two kids acting just like Tomo and Jun. A heartwarming conversation ensues, cut short by melting ice cream. Tomo rushes back to Misuzu's house and finds decorations for a surprise party. They celebrate with strawberry cake, and Tomo explains her adventure with Jun. The next day, Jun meets Tomo outside her home and grabs her cheeks, trying to see if she's really the pretty girl from yesterday. Tomo's anger flares and she knocks out Jun. Laughter follows as they realize the truth. Soon, Tomo's aggressive nature lands her in the boys' team for a Dodgeball Tournament. The tournament day comes and they blaze through the rounds. But then they hear about a player like a gorilla on the opposing team, the third-year judo student, Goma. The final match is intense. Jun accepts Goma's proposal to join his judo club if they lose, but the game begins with their teammates taken out. Tomo's fury builds as Jun takes a hit for her, and in a thrilling moment, Tatsumi catches Tomo's throw, winning the match. The victory celebration is short as Goma challenges Jun to a judo match. Jun wins at first, but Goma gains ground. They part as rivals, but with mutual respect. As they walk home, Jun opens up to Tomo, realizing that he wants to be more like her. Tomo's punch and the intensity of their friendship linger in Jun's mind. The sun sets, and they continue walking, filled with determination, laughter, and a connection that's as genuine as ever. And this ends an exciting episode on a note of friendship, inspiration, and respect. Stay tuned, dear viewers. The adventures of Tomo, Jun, Misuzu, and Carol are only getting better. This is an anime journey you won't want to miss.